Hello and welcome to From the Boundary, recorded in a loft in Kent. Let's see what these two idiots have to say this week. Before they start though, I must ask you to follow, like and repost all their amazing social medias. Search From the Boundary on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok for updates and clips.
Am I going?
You go.
I'm going.
Well, you're closest.
This is really professional.
Look, we have camera. Hello. We're going to be on YouTube. How does it feel to be a 30-year-old YouTuber? Slightly paedophilic, isn't it?
It's like a dream come true. Very small dream, but a dream nonetheless.
Wow. I'm really, really glad that I made part of you. Some people with their Make-A-Wish, they want to go to like Disneyland. Some even want to see wrestlers. You want to be a YouTuber. I'm proud of you.
That was a hell of a jump from Disneyland to wrestlers.
To
YouTubers.
I might be
Middle-aged YouTubers.
Middle-aged?
We're getting there.
You think I'm seeing 60?
So you're saying you're older than middle-aged?
I reckon I'm probably 3/4 of the way through now.
I thought I was offending you by saying...
No, you're not offending me. I think you was being generous.
God. Well, I like to think I'm middle-aged, but also...
Depends. Depends if you piss me off next week when we're talking about baseball. You might be at the end of your life.
Oh God, I need to tell you about at football on Monday. I was sat next to, basically there's this young girl there, or a young adult. So she was there. Her older brother kind of plays for he's a youth team player, but he plays some first team games for the side that I was reporting on. So youth team player.
What?
So, stay with me. So he's a youth team player.
How am I supposed to stay with you when I wasn't fucking with you at the beginning?
But sometimes plays for the first team. But basically, he wasn't in the squad on Monday when I went to watch.
Okay.
His older sister takes him to games.
I'm just going to turn that light off because I can see the camera, and I think everyone is probably trying to look like they're looking into the eye of Sauron. There you go.
She was 19, 20.
Okay.
She basically sat where the press box bit is. Because
Yeah.
they usually don't have any press there. And all of a sudden it was a massive gate there, like Club Record Gate. I was there, someone else was there.
I love how you said that like you're a celebrity.
No.
Yes, I was there. So.
There was vaguely people of, doing their job.
Importance. That's what you want to say, isn't it? There was some people of importance,
No, the people other than just fans there, basically. And so I was sort of chatting to her because she just ended up sat between me and this other reporter, and I was talking to him, and I felt a bit rude. I was basically just talking through her, and he was like half deaf as well, so I was basically at point shouting at her. I felt a bit bad, so I started chatting to her. She was 19, 20, and then I was like, "Oh, how old are you?" We were chatting, and I was like, "Oh, how old are you?" And like, "Why do you come?" And she basically takes a brother and stuff. And then I was like, "Oh, how old do you think I am?" She said, "How old am I?" So I was like, "Oh, have a guess then." So I hate it when we do that. So
that's never that in the world, in the whole of time of human beings. I reckon cavemen. That has never gone well, has it?
Well, I thought I have to do that with women all the time, so I'm going to throw that back around.
Do you just walk down the street and women are throwing themselves at you, going, "How old do you think I am? How old do you think I am?"
And she went, "Well, you're not quite my age." I was thinking, Jesus. You're a bit older, but you're not that much older. I was thinking, bloody hell, this is going well. She went, 25, 26. I was like, not quite, but I like...
I like you now. You know what your problem is?
What?
You're clean shaven.
Yeah, I wasn't actually. I had a shave yesterday, but yeah.
If you wasn't clean shaven, you'd look like me.
I get to a point where I kind of get a bit itchy, and you described me before.
You have to power through the itch. You
power
power through the itch, and you get this.
Well, maybe I would have done if someone had described me as a divorced dad of two. Look.
Who said that?
You.
Did I?
Yes.
When did I say that?
One of the podcasts.
Did I?
One of the early ones.
Oh yeah, but that's because you turned up with stubble. You have to power through the stubble. This is a nice stage for me. I don't look like I'm homeless, but I don't look like I'm 12.
No. Yeah.
And then I've just realised for the first episode for camera, did you like the hair? That I've not had cut because I've had these on now for an hour and however long, and my ears are warm, and that was quite a nice little breeze. I feel it in my ear, in the hair in my ears, ladies. I've decided I think I want to grow my hair out again.
Okay.
Maybe.
Your facial hair or your head hair?
Well,
Or both?
no, not my facial hair. Fuck that. Do you remember me at my longest? When my facial hair was like down between my nipples.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, during COVID. It was down here.
Was it?
Yeah.
Gobi was very much like, what's the point?
Yeah. I looked back on old. I've started using Google Photos now for just like makes it easier to make frames and shit like that for my son. And you scroll back and you're like, oh, fuck me, that's when I lost some weight. Fuck me when I big. I saw a picture of me. I reckon it would have been about the end of lockdown 2. I was in full on long hair stage, beard looking like WG Grace, hair looking like something like a teenage girl would be proud to be rocking. And I looked and went, fucking hell, I was fat during COVID. I've lost some timber. I know it doesn't look it. I'm still carrying a little bit of the baby weight. And the baby's 18 months old now.
Is he that old?
Yeah.
I remember you not playing because it was
It's the first 2 weeks. He was born I played the third game of last season, because the first 2 weeks I was still technically on paternity leave.
Yeah, I remember the first birthday. I think you missed cricket for the first birthday. I didn't realise it had been. I suppose it has been nearly half a season.
I wouldn't have missed the first. He was born in April.
Yeah, we would have started by April, wouldn't we?
No, we had. Oh, no, I'll tell you what it is. We did his birthday because I didn't have him for his birthday. I had him the week after, and that would have been the first game of the season. Yeah.
I remember stuff. Not very well, but I do remember stuff.
You're definitely on the spectrum, aren't you? Just for the sheer shit that you remember. You're definitely on the spectrum.
You need to talk to like parents about it. It's like, how do you remember like Liverpool's left back from 2002? You don't remember what you had for dinner last week?
2002, that would have been
Left
Steve
back.
Finnan?
No, he was the right back.
Was he?
Probably
So left.
Jimmy Traore.
I was going to say it would have been Traore, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the bloke that scored more own goals for Liverpool than goals.
Is it Richard Dunn that scored in his whole career? Has scored more own goals than careers. Yeah.
Most in Premier League, yeah. But
I feel
like that.
I do feel like as we're on YouTube, we should probably match the voice to the face. And this is episode 21.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a special episode because we're recording this about 30 seconds after episode 22. No, episode 20.
Oh, yeah. You're already thinking about episode 22.
Episode 22, I think, is going to be the end of this podcast. We're going to have got all this equipment, and the podcast will end with me live on YouTube. Well, not live on YouTube, hitting you with a laptop.
It's going to be Bazball, pro or against Bazball. No, I'm not pro or against it, because I'm kind of pro it. I just don't think you're going to get the absolute best out of the team. Not the best out of absolutely everyone in a team playing that way constantly all the time. Just being like, no, we do. Like we were talking about West Indies in the last episode. They're just like kind of like that. They're just constantly all the time, just like that way. I don't mean stop doing it. I just mean have some adaptability to it.
Yeah, but England can do it well. Right, we're not getting into this because you will die. We won't even make it to episode 22. We'll have one episode on YouTube, and that will be your legacy. Here I am, dead.
That would be an unbelievable, like when some BBC News when they're doing like the court case, the inquest into my death. And it's just like, so they started showing clips of him on YouTube. Here he is alive, and
here he is dead.
And here he is being killed.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I could turn around and go, I didn't do it.
That's true.
It's proof. So this is a special episode.
We are going to rant.
Yeah.
So we're not good. Actually, I'm going to ask you how you're doing, and the idea is you say not good, and then just rant.
I feel like that's a conversation we should have had off pod. Do you want to introduce yourself so that people now know what you look like? Because we spent quite a long time trying to get you a girlfriend through the podcast.
Yeah. Hi, I am Tom.
Do you want to move the microphone with you so that you don't sound like...
How do I move it that? Hi, I am Tom. I feel like I'm in an Alcoholics Anonymous.
Hello, my name is Sam. I'm Tom's friend. I'm Tom's sponsor. I just realised. I feel like next time I might need to put some light on the subject because I'm slowly merging into this wall back here where the shadows are getting longer. you want to put a light on?
Oh, where's the light?
On the wall behind you? There's a switch. This is the professionalism you get. Fucking hell.
That's kind of like when you know when you're in a nightclub right at the
God.
end and you're like, oh my god, that's what everyone looked like.
Jeez. Wow. God, do you remember when I had retinas? Fucking hell. Wow. Hello. Now you can see. Oh. Got stars in my eyes. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, I can see you now.
That's what I mean. Like it's the end of the night. It's very much like nightclubs have to shut and you.
Yeah,
like,
but no.
all the lights on.
Right.
Like, oh.
Can I just as a little bit of advice, you know, man to single man, if you do go out on the pool in a nightclub,
I'm too old for that now, but. You know,
but if it just
yeah.
a word of advice, you always leave at the beginning of the last song because you don't want to see what you're going home with where the lights come on. If the lights come on at the end of the last song, you might change your mind about going home with them. You do it at the beginning of the last song.
I was thinking about going outside, but that's really stupid. Outside would be dark, wouldn't it?
Just stop. Stood in line and queue for the taxi going, huh? Huh? You look like one of the three blind mice. I don't want to see you. Oh, hello. Oh, what a way to make my YouTube debut by imaginary groping some boobs while pretending to be blind.
Get home and they turn the lights on. You're like, no, we don't do that here.
Before you go out, you're just taking all the light bulbs, just untwisting them. It's been broken for ages. I've been meaning to do it.
Oh wow.
Oh, rant.
That wasn't even meant. That wasn't even meant to sort of. That just happened. That bit.
What's just happened? What?
The lights going on and the.
Well, you know,
imaginary groping. It's all just. A lot of it is off the cuff. I think that people are hopefully beginning to realise that.
Right. Do you want to know? I've not picked up this notepad. So this has got all of my notes because I'm the only one that fucking does any work. Look.
I can't wait to get away from work. I don't want to do work.
Episode 1, all the way through, randomly with our email address in there. But all the way through, all the episodes, all the notes. Episode 13, if you want to go back and listen. Usual bollocks. We tried pimping out Tom.
The usual bollocks was that you tried to pimp me out.
Yeah. Episode 15. How many hours would you go? I'm really going through the hits here. How many hours could you have to see in a day for you to consider it to be the apocalypse? Yeah. But I've not written in this notepad since episode 17. We've done 18. Yeah, we've done 4 since then. And I haven't written a note.
No.
I'm doing it on the hoof.
It's better like this.
Yeah, that's debatable.
It's for the greater good.
The greater good.
Yeah, so rant.
Yeah, this is a special episode because at this moment in time... Oh no, at this moment in time, I'll be off call. But the time when we record this, I'm on call, so I couldn't really dedicate the time and we might have missed another episode. And I don't think you'd want 3 of those. The allegations against Tom have been confirmed.
There are no allegations against me, by the way. Please believe me.
I did not have sexual relations with that lady. That was supposed to be not JFK either. What's his name? What's it? Clinton.
Clinton, yeah.
Right, you go first because my mouth's dry and I need to drink.
How many rants have you got?
I'm doing it on the hoof, mate.
Oh, okay.
Though one of my rants carries on from one of yours because of where I played cricket yesterday. I was going to go first now because it's just...
Oh, okay.
Right. That fucking golf club by your house.
Oh, God.
Why can none of them drive? I know you've had this rant before.
You don't understand my rant.
Yes, I do.
It is infuriating.
The main road to our ground has been closed. And it's closed now pretty much till winter, isn't it? So I've had to take the back roads. Now, all the other times I sort of skirt past your village. Yeah. I don't see the golf course. Because of where I was playing last night, but actually a week ago, you know what I mean? I had to drive through your village, past that golf course, and two fucking Skodas.
Yeah.
But why? So I get it can be a bit unnerving if you're driving and you see another car coming. Especially if that is
Quite narrow.
it's a car and a half, isn't it? If you both sort of.
There are bits where you can both get through, but not many.
Yes, the entrance to the fucking golf course is one of them, you guys. But 2 Skodas, and I'm not against Skodas. They're quite lovely cars, especially the Octavia. Please give me a Skoda. We're after sponsorships.
Any car will do.
Yeah, because that one outside's fucked. But why do they just stop in the fucking middle? What does that achieve?
Well, at least your one stopped.
Yeah, in the fucking middle. I'm in a van. What am I supposed to do? Right, I need you to just and then they just sit there.
Yeah.
They just sit there, and you're like, oh, well, we're achieving a lot here. Come on, move, move. Fucking idiots.
I have a few points to this. The amount of times I go to reverse up my drive, so I indicate right.
So how far away from that golf course do you live?
Not that far. It's kind of up the hill.
Oh, there were some nice houses. I was looking at ones to rob. don't tell your neighbours.
It'd be funny if it's me. Oh, hello, Tom.
I know what one's your car. I think I'd noticed if I jumped the gate and went, that's Tom's car. Oh look, there's a cat there. Oh, I think this might be Tom's house.
The amount of times I indicate to go right up the drive, to reverse up the drive, and then I know there's a car behind me, and then I start to reverse up the drive. I'm like, oh, the car's next to me now. He obviously just decided he weren't going to stop when I was reversing up the drive. He basically just kept going, like, as if I'll be out of the way in time. So that's happened a few times. Just when I was coming here, someone was in a van, probably like your van, and he was in a massive gaping. By the time I saw him, he was in a massive gaping gap. Like one of the bits where you can get 2 cars.
He was in a gaping gap, was he?
One of the bits where you can get 2 cars round.
That's professionalism you get. The thing is, all those times I've said, oh fuck, am I boring you when you're on your phone? Proof. Fucking proof that you was on your phone then.
You'll want to read that message, by the way. So, yeah, but he was in a gap where you could get 2 cars through. I was like, oh, I've just seen you, so hopefully you've just seen me, which I think he had, and you'll stop. Oh, no, you're just driving at me, and now I'm going to have to find somewhere to reverse back. Because you were in a perfectly good spot to...
Can I just point out,
yeah,
as a van driver,
yeah,
it is our God-given right.
But he was in the gap. He was in the gap.
Mate, I'm fully 100% with you. When I'm not in that van,
yeah,
you've got to think of it as 2 ways. You're in a little car.
yeah,
Big van trumps little car. If a lorry came the other way, we would stop and move over. You just need to get yourself a bigger car.
And also, hilariously,
I bet this isn't hilarious.
No, it's not really hilarious. By the farm that's near there.
The one on the corner.
Yeah. So there's lots of houses there, isn't there? So lots of parked cars, but it's a nightmare to get through because you've kind of got to and it's a lot of it's blind, sort of as it's on a bend, isn't it? So it's
yeah.
Ish. So basically, at one point, I let a car go because I was next to a parked car, and then I went again, but then there was one more parked car in the way, and there's another car coming towards me, so I stopped behind the final parked car, and then looked to my right, and I was like, oh, the car behind me's decided he's going to go for it against the car that's coming this way.
Coming back yesterday, you know, as you go out of, what's it called? Offspring.
Yeah.
Go off at Offspring, and if you come into Sittingbourne, you got that bit,
yeah,
and then it's like that and that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
As we were at the top of that hill, and it's very unnerving because it was quite dark when we left yesterday. So as we went down that hill, there was 4 brake lights across the road where someone was trying to overtake someone at the point that they were both going up the hill. And at that point, because we're coming over the crest, I'm looking the other way going, there's a fucking car coming. There's a fucking car. You better want to get your foot down, mate, because there's a fucking car coming.
I lost my train. That wasn't even one of my rants, and I'll just...
No, it was my rant.
I'll piggyback on your one.
Yeah, it's my rant because you're the driver's.
Well, please you understand my.
Yeah, I do now understand your
Um,
the plight.
like yeah. And it's every day. Like my mum comes home and it's like, you'll never guess what happened. Someone drove like an idiot. Yeah, someone drove like an idiot. And it's like she'll describe it, and I'm like, yeah, the people that drive around here are idiots. And then I'll do it the next day. We just basically have the same conversation, and it's just different situations, but it's the same theme. So my first rant is I went for a swim this morning, and it's about people that are like get a bit confused by something, and are like, I'm going to have to go get my manager. No, you don't. You don't need to get your manager for absolutely everything because it just wasn't required. So basically,
You're like the reverse Karen. So a Karen will be like, I want to see your manager. And you're like, I don't want to fucking see your manager. I don't want to see it.
No, fair enough if it was needed. It just wasn't needed. So basically, I booked to go swimming. Today is Friday night. I went swimming.
How posh are you that you have to book?
Well,
Jeeves, book the pool out, please.
I don't have a pool. I do book to go to the pool. I'm not that posh.
Yeah, but you have to book.
I don't really. It probably actually is more expensive to do it this way. But anyway, I've only just started going, so it's just convenience really.
Are you making money off this podcast and not telling me that you've just gone? It's probably more expensive than one. I feel like we need to have a business meeting because I feel like you're stitching me up a bit here.
So anyway, today is Friday night. I went swimming Friday morning, so I booked the swimming session Thursday night, 9 till 12 o'clock slot, which is too long, but anyway.
You did not go swimming for 3 hours.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, I refuse to believe
I
that.
went for about an hour, and I was going to say an hour and a half. It probably wasn't quite that, but it was more than an hour.
There's no way that you swam. I've seen you run. And I mean that in the politest possible way. I've seen you run, mate.
So anyway, I turned up.
Just trying to brush past that one, are we?
I turned up, and the lady, as I said, I've booked online, blah, blah, blah. And the lady was like, oh, let me look. And she went, oh, they said it was booked for yesterday, and not for today. I was like, okay. She's like, no, this has really confused me. I'm not sure I can let you in, to be honest. I was like, and I was like, then she said, I'm going to go get my manager. I was like, I don't think this really needs your manager. Well, I didn't say that, but that's what I thought. And I was like...
I love how brave you are in your head. You're so brave in your own head.
But it didn't really need the manager, so I said, well, can you just tell me what time it was booked last night? And she said, 8:30. So I was like, well, how do you think I was going to do a session 9 till 12 yesterday, booking it after the fact? And she's like, oh yeah, it does appear there was a bit of an issue with our system. Thinking, just a bit. And she then went...
I'm a time traveller, for fuck's sake. I thought I'd get it cheaper if I paid for it after the event.
If I was a good time travel, I'm not sure that was my first thing I would do either, but there we go.
Oh, do you know what? It worries me what your first thing would be. Like, it really worries me what your first thing would be to do. Oh, that's empty.
And then she went, oh, there's loads of spaces anyway. There's about 100 empty spaces. So it didn't really matter anyway. In you go. I was like, well, why did it matter that... Anyway. But I was just a bit like, it really didn't need a manager. It just needed you to look at the session, be like, you've somehow managed to... I don't know if it's me or the system. It might have been me. I'll put my hands up. It might have been me that somehow managed to book it for something the time that had already gone. But usually the computer won't let you do it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So,
could you imagine if we tried booking a holiday for last week?
Usually the computer would be like, I don't think that's going to work. But it might be me if their computer let me do it. But I don't think it was. I think it was just their system. And she's just like, no, this has confused me. I need the manager. Like, no, we can figure this out between us.
Between the two of us, we're two semi-intelligent people.
I didn't book the swimming session for yesterday when I booked it last night. When I was going 9 till midday, you know. So, yeah. Then it was slightly awkward because I then went to get a locker out. And I looked and I thought I had a £1 coin. I had a £2 coin, 2.50p. I was like, great, I now need to go back to her.
Could I just have a £1 coin for that? I'm gonna have to get my manager for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that happens a lot, doesn't it? Where people are like, a lot of Karens are like that. I need to see a manager. Like a lot of the time, the manager's not really Like,
What's a I've never fully understood. I think it's a very American thing, isn't it?
what, a Karen?
Yeah.
A Karen's an English thing, I think, isn't it?
No, I mean I want to see a manager.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm gonna
I
try that
want to
again.
see the manager.
I want to see the manager. It's a very
Yeah.
American thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I just get the feeling like over here, it would be like, I want to see a manager, and the manager over here, the managers don't get paid much more. Like going into Primark.
Yeah.
I want to see a manager. And the prime manager's going to come out. He's earning £4.50 an hour. And he's just going to go, bollocks to you, bollocks to this.
Yeah.
If they want to sack me, sack me.
Yeah. There's a lot of TikToks around that, isn't there? Like, I want to see the manager and then the 20-year-old.
Yeah.
20-year-old uni student comes out as the manager. It's like, well, you're not going to get a lot more out of her, are you?
Can I just say,
Him.
it is very, very unnerving. I went to, and this is not so much, wait, no, this is my first rant. When we did that episode, that wasn't an episode because I had a speeding offence that I was dealing with, that one. I took my son into Gravesend Town Centre.
Mm.
If I'm boring you, mate, you just tell me.
I was just seeing what the messages were.
Do I want to know?
No, it's just free from the same person who's just come back from holiday who hadn't read messages before.
Oh, okay. Again, that's probably a conversation that probably could have gone off pod. Off cod, even.
I don't think he listens to this podcast, so I don't think he gets this deep into it.
We might just appear on his YouTube page. And then we really are fucked. What was I saying? Yeah, so I took my son to Gravesend Town Centre. And I realised I'd left my sunglasses so I took my car, realised I'd left my sunglasses in my van.
Yeah.
So I went into Primark, because I don't need fancy Dan sunglasses, because I have a toddler who is just going to fucking break them.
Yeah.
So I got myself some sunglasses, did the beep.
Yeah.
Beep. What are you fucking ADHD's playing up today, isn't it? I was like, beep. There's a problem. I'm like, I know I've got money in the account. Like, this was just after payday. I know I've got money. I think there's a problem with your card machines. I'm going to have to get the manager out to come and reset the system. And I'm stood there and I'm like, I'm stood here with my bank card and some sunglasses. How has my life come to this? I'm not being funny. The manager of Primark in Gravesend is about 17. And honestly, I've never felt so old. Because they came out and I looked and went, oh fuck. You know when you have those moments where, I don't know if you're the same. Yeah, is this going to get me in trouble? Possibly. Let's fucking go for it. You know when you do a lot of driving, and especially in summer, you're driving and you'll go, oh, hello. You know what I mean? Oh, hello. It was one of them where I kind of went, oh, hello, no. It was like oh, hell, nope. I'm probably old enough to be your dad. And I'm from Gravesend. There's every chance I'll be your great-granddad at the age of 31.
This is a brilliant work story around someone from...
Any risk of you moving your microphone towards your mouth? Why don't you sit back? There we go.
There was, this was a hilarious work story of someone won something through work and they were like, 33-year-old granddad of 4. And like someone found it and just picked up on it, and it's just been stuck at work ever since. It's just like, and
was this in Kent?
Yeah.
Can I make a guess as to where they were from?
You're going to get it first time.
Am I?
I think so.
I've got a coastal town in my head.
Ireland. No.
Yeah, that's where I was going. The one that's over there. Yep, I would have put fucking money on that one.
33 granddad of 4, and it's like, I don't know who picked it up, but it's just like, it's hilarious because it's like they won the £1,000 or whatever, and it's just like, what are you gonna spend it on? My grandkids. 33. Oh my god.
Yeah, but do you know what's worrying? It's only 2 years older than me.
You're not gonna have grandkids though.
I fucking hope not. Christ. Oh, what was I doing? 16. I mean, Would I? Yes. Don't worry, I'm just trying to do sex maths. No, I think I'd be in the clear.
I mean, it's possible.
It is possible. But I think I'm in the clear.
Yeah.
I hope I'm in the clear. Otherwise,
I'm pretty sure I'm in the clear.
yeah, but we've tried pimping you out. We've discovered this.
Um...
You're the only person to have lost their virginity and then found it again.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate.
That's right.
My second rant is...
Hang on, I was still in the middle of mine.
Oh.
So, while I was in Gravesend Town Centre,
Yeah.
and I was walking around, and Gravesend... how do I make this sound good without making it sound like I'm bullshitting? Gravesend used to have a busy town centre. Let's put it like that. It's now made, I reckon the only company that's doing well in Gravesend is the plywood company. For the doors and fucking windows. But one shop that is still powering through is Ryman's.
Oh, yeah.
I went in there because I was like...
Need a pet.
No. Crayons! No, I went in there and I was like... The weather's going to be crap the next day. I need to find something to keep the toddler entertained. So I'm just going to get some colouring pens.
Yeah.
Now, bear in mind, you can get colouring pens on Amazon for spare change. Have a guess how much.
Oh, it's expensive in there.
A pack of, is it 10 felt tip pen? And I'm not talking the Beryl.
$7.50. $8.50.
£9.99
Wow.
for a pack of 10 pens.
Yeah.
And I stood there and I went in and I was like, oh, get that. And they had that, do you remember, you used to get them all the time in Butlins, the picture, and it would have the felt, and you'd colour the felt. I had one of them and I was like, right, fuck it, that's it, nailed. That's him for a day. Picked it up, and it was like, I'm stood in a queue in Ryman's, which is a new thing. Well, something I didn't think I'd be saying in 2024. But I'm stood there, and I was like going, this is costing me £15.
Yeah.
I could Amazon Prime this
Yeah.
to come to my house tonight, even with same day delivery, it'd be less. Where the fuck do these shops get off where they go, we are fighting back against, we don't want Amazon to be doing it. Follow me. We don't want Amazon to be doing everything. We don't want everything at your fingertips. But if you don't want it at your fingertips, one, you've got to come and fucking get it, and two, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
Absolute joke that was.
You can see why they sponsored a football league for a significant period of time.
Yeah, because they've got fucking money.
Yeah.
No, I don't understand. And when I was stood in there, I stood behind two old ladies with a combined age of about 160.
I've just got a vision of you sat stood between them now.
What? With a pushchair? Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just knitting.
Can you hear what Barbara's saying?
Yeah, because this is how the conversation went. You ready? Barbara! Barbara! Yes? Have you heard? Pardon? Have you heard? What? And why? This is like an elongated rant. Why do? And I think this. I don't want to. How do I do this? I'm going to go generous on the age. Why do people over the age of 55 feel the need to start a conversation with everybody they come into contact with? At the tills, at the petrol pump. Not at the petrol pump, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the petrol station. Anywhere.
Hello, this is Diesel. Hello, Diesel.
Hello, E40. It's very nice to meet you, E40. Isn't that Elon Musk's daughter called E40? But yeah, why do they feel that, like, my attitude to, especially at the tills, is very much in, out, as little fuss as possible, and as little eye contact and... I'm just making sure I'm describing my...
I was wondering whether you similarity.
I couldn't even stop myself. Yeah, my attitude to it is just go in, say what pump number you're at. It's like if you're getting diesel, go in, say what pump number you are, pay for your diesel, get a vape, get a drink, whatever you want to get in and out. Don't say 2 words. I don't need to know how your cat is. I don't need to know that it's really busy or really quiet. Just in, out, no fuss. Don't need to talk to people. Just... And I was describing how I buy petrol, I promise.
God, I have nowhere to go from that. Right, so the reason that we're doing this on a Friday and not a Wednesday is I sent you some... how do I describe the voice notes?
Agitated.
Agitated voice notes. I was, not a happy bunny on Wednesday. Because me and my brother are in the process of buying a house.
Well, you've been... No, hang on. Well, because there might be some new listeners. Because now we're on YouTube, people might be... this might be the first time they listen. You're not in the process of buying a house. In the time that we've been in this podcast, you've been in the process of buying a house.
Yeah.
So far, what you've done is paid to look at a house.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. We've got a mortgage offer, so that's...
Well, yeah, so far you've got a mortgage offer. You haven't got a house.
No, you don't have that. So anyway, but I spoke to... Me and my brother are both first-time buyers. I spoke to people, parents, about advice around this.
I'm sorry. The way that you stopped, I don't know whether you intended to, but you breathed, took a breath at the wrong time when you said first. Because you went, me and my brother are both... and I was like, yeah, well, after I've just described how I buy petrol, well, it probably explains a bit, Tom. Explains why you've not got to panic about grandkids.
Yeah, too tight. But yeah, we spoke to people about buying a house. They said once you've gone through the initial bit of having the offer accepted and, once you've gone through all the initial sort of hectic bit of it, it sort of slows down a bit, doesn't it? And
no wonder the process is taking so long. Yeah, we're just in that hectic. We're in that hectic. Is your solicitor got fucking arc right? Tom, I need you to sign this, please.
But anyway, it had slowed down, but they were like, the people we spoke to were like, that's fine, it does usually slow down. And then we got an email on Wednesday saying, basically, me and my brother had been given one of the various things we had to do was fill out X, Y, Z. Here's an email, fill out X, Y, Z. At the bottom of the email it said, once you fill out X, Y, Z, you pay this amount of money. We filled out X, Y, Z, emailed it back, did this exactly, it was more than a month ago now when we're filming this, and then got the email on Wednesday saying, hi, just checking that you still want to go ahead with this because we can't do the searches that we need to do until you've paid. I was like, we filled this out and sent it back to you a month ago. And you've now waited, it was nigh on a month at that point, to say, oh, by the way, you haven't actually paid for it yet, so we're probably slightly delayed in the process. But it is infuriating that part is what has delayed us. And even I contacted the estate agent, which we haven't had any issues with yet, so just put that out there. But
please don't take that house away from me.
but we just emailed them just to say, just so you know, we've had this issue where we thought everything was fine, and actually they were waiting for a payment from us, so it's been delaying things. Is there anything you're waiting on? And they basically came back and said, I'm glad it's all sorted now. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm glad it's sorted now. I'm also quite annoyed that they didn't contact me for 4 weeks, just to say, just a bit.
Just to say hello.
Just as a bit at the bottom of the email, which I think you might have missed. So if you can just get back, we would have gone, oh god, yeah. No, we didn't do it on purpose. We did want it to go through as fast as possible, believe it or not. We want to get it done. We're not like, we'll just leave that bit. Just check that they're actually looking at their messages and looking at their bank account. Let's just try and trick them.
When was the last time you actually looked in your bank account?
Oh, I'm a bit of a geek. I do it all the time.
Do you know what?
I get my pension every day as well.
Oh my fucking word! The more this podcast goes on, the more I wonder why me and you are friends. And I think it's because we tolerate each other, isn't
very
it?
different.
I, mate, I'm one of those people. I think I've got about 6 pensions.
Oh yeah, so I had this in COVID. One of my COVID jobs was I had about 6. So I got.
During COVID, I got all my paperwork together and I bundled them all together. Actually,
so, no,
you did, didn't you?
I
Oh,
did do that.
for fuck's sake.
I did do that because it is confusing having 6 different ones.
Wait, mate, you're 30.
Yeah.
By the time we're allowed to retire, we're going to have to work for another 50 years.
Yeah.
Unless this takes off somehow. Which I doubt it, bearing in mind that the first 10 minutes of this podcast were I was in complete darkness. It's not a professional outfit, is it? But I've lost my train of thought.
Okay, so I've got.
Yeah. Why are you worried about having 6 different pensions?
I don't know. It's just something to do in COVID. I was bored, and also actually,
Fucking watch Joe Wick's videos.
So basically, did you?
I should have done. I bought a gym for home. Yeah, I didn't use it. I think I had it for about a month.
I bought some weights, got like the curling weights. I was like, they're still in my bed.
Oh yeah, they've worked well, mate. I can see that.
They're still on my bedside, and I was like, well, they never got used, did they?
How much do you reckon got spent during TikTok, during COVID, on shit that just wasn't used?
Yeah.
I bought a proper multi gym, and used it. No, actually, that's not the most expensive thing. The most expensive thing I bought in COVID was a fucking conservatory, and I've not even finished it yet.
Yeah.
That's my job for tomorrow. I've got to run some electrics.
Oh no.
Do you want to help? I will turn the fuse board on if you mention Bazball tonight, and you're just.
No, I'm a football guy.
I don't know if you said that quietly or where you're a bit far away from the microphone.
No, I'm at football tomorrow.
Yeah, can I just say it came across through the headphones as I'm a cripple tomorrow.
I possibly could read that as well.
Well, I just thought it was very specific.
Yeah, actually, so basically in COVID, I spent all that time with my pensions getting them into one pot, so that I decided to do it. All right, I know you're judging me for it, and then.
Oh no, I'm not judging you. The world is judging you, but I'm not judging you.
And then I had an email saying, in light of from work, in light of all the COVID, changes, blah blah blah, we're parting ways with this pension provider, and we're going with a different one. I was like, so I went straight back up to 2, but I was still in COVID. I was like, no, I'm bringing it back down to 1. Sod it. So I'm back down to 1. But literally, as soon as I did it, I went from 4 to 1, and then had an email that day.
Do you know what? I think I've worked out why me and you are friends. We're both so on the spectrum. We're so on the spectrum, aren't we?
I'm very,
Spectrumite? That would be a much better word than autistic, wouldn't it?
Spectrumite.
I'm a spectrumite.
Sounds like a,
Sounds like one of the Avengers.
Yeah, I was going to say something like Superman.
It sounds like the kind of thing that would beat Superman, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Oh no, he's worked out how to beat Kryptonite. Never mind, we're sending in Spectrumite.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, so one more. Have you got any more to go?
I'll just piggyback. I'm just doing usual bollocks.
Yeah.
For those who are on... Did you see the size of that fly that just flew in?
Oh, yeah, there.
There it is. Hello.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. There's our new producer. I don't know if you can see it.
I'm a female. I'll talk about cricket.
I'm so clipping that for TikTok, especially now we've got videos. That's getting clipped.
This isn't fair because what you said was funnier, but I can't be asked to clip it. Where you're just like, I'm still talking about what were you talking about then?
No, don't give me that bollocks like, oh, I can't be asked to clip it. I do it all anyway. Give it like, oh yeah, I'll just fob it off to you. And...
Yeah, but what I mean is when I say stupid shit, it goes out on the internet. When you say stupid shit, it gets done deep at the bottom.
You know how as captain, I can put myself batting at 11 and don't have to bowl?
Mm.
Producer's perk. Until we get a semi-full-time producer, it's your stupid shit that's going out. When there was a producer here, and they can pick and choose the stupid shit that goes out, you'll probably find I'll be out on there a lot more than you are. I'm just doing... So for those who are new listeners, we normally set these out as like, the first 10 minutes will be Tom on his phone, because he's got ADHD, and these conversations just bore him. But they are normally usual bollocks. We'll talk about our weeks. We'll talk about things that we've done. And then there'll be normally one or two. Oh no, it's probably 2 or 3 now, isn't it? Topics through the week that we'll discuss. And then the last section is just rants. It was a section that Tom created, which became Reeves's rants.
Oh, okay.
And then there was Wells's World, wasn't there? And that died a death because I couldn't think of anything else I'd want in the world with me, which was basically the opposite of Room 101. So in Wells's World, it was essentially the stuff that... Essentially the opposite to Room 101. If we was going to go to another planet, things we took with us. Which included Tom wanted cricketing tees back.
Yeah.
Because he's
I think
weird.
I've got some backing with that. We were discussing it a couple of weeks ago. Obviously not backing through the podcast, but backing nonetheless.
Could you get them to listen to the podcast and maybe email in? Just, live it up a little bit.
Let's go to that one. My final rant is the neighbour's cat.
It's not my neighbour, is it?
No.
My neighbour. Oh,
My neighbour's cat.
Just before you go, these neighbours here.
They got a dog, haven't they?
Oh, yeah, I'm the only one in this fucking cul-de-sac that doesn't have a dog,
really?
apparently. Yeah, there seems to be an influx of dogs recently. Honestly, it sounds like Call of the fucking Wild at night time. The next door neighbour locked themselves out last Thursday, and said, "Could you do me a favour? Could you jump your back fence? Back door's open. Jump the fence. Could you let me in?" Yes. On Tuesday, doorbell goes. No, tell her it was Wednesday because I thought it was you. Because you'd gone completely fucking you'd gone off like non-communicado. Yeah. So I thought, oh, that cheeky bastard. I
would have just turned up at your
Yeah,
house.
that's what I was thinking. Well, I was thinking, oh, cheeky bastard.
Surprise!
I was just getting ready to do my dinner. I was just going, I want to record a podcast now, fuck's sake. And do you know what? I had it so in my head that it was you as well. So I opened the door and was like,
what?
Who did it? And she went, I've locked myself out again. I went, oh. Right, I jumped the fence again. She went, back door's locked. I'm not sure what you want me to do with that one then, because I'm not a fucking locksmith. You got a ladder? Yeah, I've got a ladder. The back bedroom window's open.
You went up it or she?
I went up it.
Oh God,
mate. So they've got the 2 windows.
Windows, yeah.
And then you got so you got the solid one in the middle, and then you got the 2 like that. I know that makes it look like I'm playing pinball, but you know what I mean. Those 2 are big, and then the top one.
Yeah. You're really exploiting over the camera, aren't
Yeah. But it makes it easier to explain. So that one was open. So hands in. Bear in mind, I'm scared of heights as well.
Oh yeah, you did say.
I'm shit scared of heights. So I'm up this ladder, which is not the most. It's one of them ones that folds right down.
Oh right.
So I'm on it, all 90 plus kilos of me. It's on this ladder. The ladder is doing that. I'm like, oh, it's open. Got it. Got the latch. Open that. Right. There's a gap about that far between the windowsill and their bed. So, but they've got the blinds down. So I've had to fucking hand under the blind. Honestly, I reckon I could be like a fucking decent gynecologist after trying to do this. So I've got hand under the blind and I'm trying to get the pull cord to pull the blind up. Otherwise I'm taking that with me. And then sort of pop my head in. Oh, there's not enough room. I can't get high enough to just step in. But I don't really want to just step on their bed.
Yeah.
So basically Commando rolled into and just went, fuck it! Just landed on the...
Did you not think to say that to you? Like, I don't mind you standing on the bed or...
I'll be honest, mate. I didn't think about it until I was face to face with the dilemma.
That's fair enough for you, but I mean, she must have thought, oh, at some point that's going to be an issue.
To be fair, there's every chance that she might have done, but I was shitting myself. And I was just like, don't look down, don't look down, don't look down. And for some reason, when I think to myself, don't look down,
Yeah.
it also turns my hearing off.
Oh, right.
Apparently.
Oh, dear.
Right, your neighbour's cat.
So the neighbour's cat, that can go in room 101 or the bin. Or, it's not very far from there.
Mate, have you seen the Netflix documentary? No, don't fuck with cats. You don't put cats in bin.
So
Although I don't think you put one in a bin.
No. We've got a family cat who unfortunately is wearing a cone/armband on his head at the moment.
No. He's not wearing a cone. He's not wearing an armband. He's wearing the kind of thing that Tony Stark and Spider-Man got caught up on in Avengers Endgame. Or Infinity War.
So, but he's basically wearing something like that because a neighbour cat came across into our garden, and so obviously the cat started fighting. Our cat's a fairly old cat and now has a lump on his head. I came down and he was getting better with the lump on his head. He went to the vets and got it checked out and sorted, and hopefully no one's eating. Had all the pus drained out of it.
Oh, oh, you could have given me some warning on that one.
And then was getting better.
Oh.
And then I went down last Saturday morning, and I was like, there appears to be more blood than cat. This is a bit of an issue. Where obviously this was before he had the cone on his head. He basically thought, this is really beginning to itch. So he went to town on it, and then when I went in there, he's just like, I itched the itch, and I'm not sure it went that well because like the sofa was covered in blood. His face was covered in blood. It's just covered in blood generally, and it's just like.
Is your cat called Dexter?
No.
Hannibal? What's your cat called?
Alfie. Or as we call him, McAlfie. Like a McFlurry, but McAlfie.
Your family's weird.
We know a bit. His middle name is now Conehead. He never had a middle name. So.
Who? Sorry, wait a minute. Who gives their pets middle names?
Well, me when he's got a cone on his head. But no, he didn't have one before. But he just called him Alfie.
You're the only person I know that would double barrel a cat's name.
What, Alfie McAlfie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Alfie McAlfie, yeah.
Alfie McAlfie Conehead Reeves.
What's wrong with that?
Well, his collar tag's about that long.
So, yeah, the neighbour cat, the next time. My mum dealt with him fairly well when they had the fight, basically.
Is this going to get your mum, like, lynched if you tell this story?
Yeah, maybe I should. Dealt with the other cat. Dealt with the other cat.
Cheers, moving.
Yeah, so not very happy with him because Alfie's old and frail, and now has to wear a cone on his head. Which actually this morning he managed to take it off. He basically went outside, which he can kind of go outside to supervise at the minute, and but just in case it comes off or in case he tries itching it.
Yeah. That's not what I was laughing at. It's the way you described it, like he's in a fucking psychiatric. Yeah. He's been allowed out on supervised visits. He's coming back after 20 minutes.
But basically, what he did today was he went out and he's either gone through a gate or a fence. And as he's gone through, the cone's come off, and he's sort of got through to the other side and gone, oh.
Freedom!
I forgot about this feeling, and unfortunately had a minor setback today where nobody noticed, and he basically thought freedom, and then after about 2 minutes of freedom, thought, yeah, let's give it a go. So it's not that bad. It's kind of come back a little bit. But yeah, that's all the other cat's fault, basically.
Don't fuck with cats.
Our old cat used to be like, he once scared off a fox. He used to be terrifying.
Is it a fucking lynx?
Just go at anything and everything. Like, would never sit down with us on the sofa. He just like
No, that's right. That's not just that specific to that cat. That's all cats.
No, Alfie does.
No, all
does.
cats are arseholes.
No, Alfie's
Yes,
alright.
no, they are.
He gets a bit bored. You can't stroke him for like an hour straight. But...
See, that's why I like dogs. Just not my neighbours, because they bark.
I do like dogs, but for me, my cat's a lot less maintenance than a dog is.
Yeah, because you don't. You're not the cat's owner. You're his carer.
Oh yeah, okay.
You fucking let him in. You feed him. He does a shit, and then he fucks off for the day.
Yeah.
Or yours doesn't, because he can't go through gaps.
Go outside.
Have you told him not to look up if it rains, just in case he drowns?
He also managed to, in the week, he's a bit strange. No, if it's him in the family. He's a bit strange.
It's like you saw it coming.
He sleeps in the bathtub. We don't really use the bathtub. We're not.
I can fucking smell that you can't.
Ouch. He managed to sort of stretch himself out to the point where the cone on his head was on his stomach.
He's looking like an extra from Lilo and Stitch. That's Miami 5-0 as well. I knew what I meant. This has been a lot of fun just listening to your. But you've basically had a crisis in slow motion, haven't you?
What? This episode, or just in general, or this year, or this week?
I don't, whichever. I think whichever time scale, it's just been a car crash, isn't it?
Let's call that a pod.
I think we should.
I've got an Indian to go catch. Go catch. Go get. I just came out. It's not even like planned.
Where's my tikka masala, bitch?
Sorry, I'm late. I was getting my fishing rod.
Oh my god.
Well, hopefully people can see we make each other laugh quite a lot now.
Do you mean you've got an Indian to come and correct? Oh my god.
There's
Oh
everything.
my God.
Hold on, the fish bone is missing.
Oh god, god. Oh. That's just great. Oh, do you mean that you've got an Indian to go and collect?
That's exactly what I meant.
That's what you meant.
I said it and then as soon as I said it, I corrected myself, but it was too late.
What's my
I feel like that's my life story. I said it, it was too late.
That's made my ears so warm. Oh my god.
Right, seriously, I'm going to be late.
Yeah, I know, alright.
Do you want me to do it? Or are you
That's
good?
right, I've got it.
Are you sure?
No. I don't think I've ever laughed so much. And you must be so professional for the last hour. Oh. Oh. Alright. So. Oh. Are we good?
I think the first bit's already clipped now, isn't it?
No. I don't know if I can put that one on the internet, mate. I reckon there might be police officers at your door asking you some questions if I put this on. Oh my god.
I saved myself by trying to correct myself so quickly, but I might not have done. It might have been too
Oh, you might not have heard it over me. I basically have just wet myself.
What you think you did yesterday?
Well, yeah, no, I possibly have now. Right, so obviously this is the first episode that's on YouTube. So if you're listening on
Possibly the
Spotify,
last.
yeah, quite possibly the last one that we ever do. Because if you think you can do a better job of co-hosting than Tom, because Tom might be a bit indisposed. What is the rate for racial crimes these days? I might need a new co-host, basically. So we are Sam and Tom from The Boundary. We are on Spotify. We are on Amazon podcasts. We are not on iTunes because iTunes is an absolute fucker to try to get us on. But we are now on YouTube. There is a Patreon coming. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on... I've missed one again. TikTok. No, I said TikTok. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah. We are on Twitter. We are From the Boundary. We have an email address. So if you want to basically call Tom racist, you're more than welcome to it.
Accidentally racist.
Casually racist.
Casually racist. That's worse.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? If you want to call Tom casually racist, the email address for the podcast is fromtheboundarypod@gmail.com. We have been saying for the last few weeks we are after a producer. So if you could recommend someone, if you know someone, be handy if they live in and around Kent. No, probably not around Kent. Medway. In and around Medway is probably best.
It's Medway, Mid-Kent. I think it's Mid-Kent anyway, isn't it? Is that not how it's described?
No, Medway isn't named off. We haven't got time for this, mate. You've got an Indian to go and catch. But yes, we are From the Boundary.
Did you do it on purpose?
Yeah, I did that on purpose. So, but now we're on YouTube, we have to ask for, could you please like the video, subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't think you can subscribe to videos, can you?
Subscribe to the channel.
You subscribe to the channel, like the video, turn the bell on. We're going to start doing these weekly until Tom basically gets arrested.
Well, one of us is getting cancelled.
One of us is getting cancelled, and I think
the bookmaker's favourite at the minute is me.
Probably. I mean, after the first, was it the third or fourth episode where I did the quite questionable accent? Yeah. I don't know
why you committed to it. You were like, oh, this is not good.
And then powered through.
At least mine was an accident.
Mine was an accident. It wasn't supposed to sound that bad. Yeah. Oh. That's been a belter for our YouTube debut, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That has been an absolute fucking belter. Are you saying goodbye?
Okay, yeah, we have been From the Boundary. I'm Tom. This is my co-host Sam. Thank you.
Mate, you don't realise that's your intro one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Your bio one is...
What's my bio one?
That's a pod.
Oh. That's a pod.
Bye, Felicia.
Ciao.
Bye.